look, it's Bart. It's Bart, man. Yo, selfie time. Hey. Bart. Are you alive? Are you? Shoot! I killed Bart. I killed Bart. Oh my gosh, I just killed Bart. He was so young. How do you stay that young for 20 years anyways? Well, welcome to Make a Difference. And it's up to us to help those who are in danger, who may need some safety or some health help. Lately in Toronto, there was a van that crashed into a building and multiple people were injured and hurt. And school shootings have gone up, and if somebody got shot and you would just be there to let them die, well, it's up to me to teach you to make a difference. Today, we are going to learn some basic first aid 101, and we are going to make this into a series, and we're going to cover a bunch of first aid topics from what I've learned through St. John Ambulance. So, stay tuned on Make a Difference. Go. Hey. Oh man, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Well, here's where we start. So, the number one thing you want to do is you want to take charge. You want to get out there and make sure everybody knows that you're the person in charge here, once you know these basic first aid tips. So you want to get out there and make sure everybody knows who you are. Like this. Hey, I'm first aid. Get back. I'm here to save Bart's life. The next thing you want to do is just make sure there's no glass, fire, anything dangerous that can harm you. Because if you get hurt, then now we got 2 casualties. Now we may not be as important as Bart, but we're important to us. So we want to make sure there's nothing that can get us hurt that's on the ground, anything that's dangerous. The next thing you're going to want to do is to make sure you put on some protective gear. So if you happen to have any gloves on you, that'd be great. If not, that's okay, because we still want to try to save the person's life. But it's important to wear protective gear in case we have bacteria, dirt on our hand, and we're covering a wound or blood. We don't want to infect the patient. So if you can, put on some protective gear, anything that you can find, anything from goggles to gloves, anything like that. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get a bystander. We can't do this on our own. We need to always focus on the patient. So we need to get somebody to help get the ambulance here in time. So our job as first aiders is to make sure we can keep the patient alive until medical help arrives. Okay? So it doesn't mean pulling off any fancy procedures like pneumothorax you see in every TV show. Doesn't mean that. So here's what. So you want to address somebody. You know what? You don't want to just say, can somebody call 911? Because then everybody will assume somebody else is calling 911. So you want to say, the person in the meme shirt, can you call 911? Don't select a person in meme shirt. Select somebody who's good, who's there, and you want them to call 911. So next, you got to continue your search. You got to make sure there's no other casualties. You got to make sure Bart's sister is not here, because we can't have 2 of them die. We always need to know how many people that are injured. So the next thing we want to check for, and it's really quick, you can do it as soon as you get in, is you want to check the responsiveness. Meaning you want to check if they're either awake, which is conscious, if they're like kind of blurting out, if they're not like fully awake, they're waking up, that's semi-conscious. And if they can't say anything, like Bart here, they are unconscious. And this will help us complete our next task, which is if the person is conscious, we can ask them, oh, how did this happen? How might it have happened? Well, maybe you were filming a bike shoot video and you crashed down the steps. It didn't go your way, going up on Fail Army. So, we want to make sure we kind of know what happened to the patient so we could get right to the problem. If they hurt their knee, if they broke something, if they feel like they're bleeding somewhere, if there's a lot of pain somewhere, if they're having trouble breathing, these are all important stuff for us to know. And lastly, you want to call 911. You want to get the authorities here, but you also want to give them as much information as you can. So you're going to call over your bystander. And you're going to say, we are here at wherever you are. Say we're over here at the longest street in the world. We're here at Yonge Street. And we have Bart. He crashed down. He is unconscious at the moment. And we would like you to get here as soon as possible. Okay, so it's very important to say where you are, who's the casualty, the amount of casualties, and that's the most important thing. And you want to make sure the bystander understands you. He no habla español. He may not speak English. He may not speak French. So you got to make sure, did you get that? Did you understand that? Because you want to make sure the patient is going to be okay. You've done it. You have completed the basic first stuff you have to do as soon as you get onto a scene. So hey, I'm Adam. Everybody step back. I'm Adam O'Morality. I am here. I'm a St. John Ambulance First Aider, and I'm here to help this person. I don't see any hazards. Maybe just that thing right there. Oh, maybe that thing. Yep. I see no other hazards, anything right now. Sadly, I don't have any gloves, so I can't put on any personal protective equipment. Oh, you, sir, right there in the black tie and white shirt, I'm going to need you to stay here. I'm going to need your help to call 911, okay? I'm going to need you to stay here. Please stay here. From what I can see, there's only one casualty, which is Bart. And Bart, hello? He doesn't seem to be conscious. Oh, you sir right there. Do you know what happened to him? Yes, I know what happened to him. I sure know. He took a fall and hit his head. Okay, thank you very much, sir. You there in the dress shirt, can you please call 911? Tell them that we are on Yonge Street, and the patient, there's one patient, and he can possibly be having some brain damage, could be a brain bleed, could be anything. So tell them to get here as soon as possible at Yonge Street. One casualty. The age is unaware. We do not know the age right now. Thank you very much. So that's the video, guys. That is the basic first aid training. Next time, we'll get into how you can actually help them with things like CPR, ABCDs, and all that good stuff. So thank you for watching, and I hope you use this to make a difference.